Okay. Huh? Anybody? Ram Prabhu? Ram Prabhu, you can. ಕನ್ನಡ ಅನುವಾದ ಬೇಕಾ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು? ಮಾತಾಜಿ कीजिए प्रभु की. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Everybody loudly. Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan Mahayagni ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaimudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamin Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to our Sunday satsang. By Krishna's mercy, successfully 2 weeks. When will Corona come in the middle? We don't know. Okay, so we'll today start with Srimad Bhagavatam. First, so you might all know how many cantos are there in Srimad Bhagavatam? 12 cantos. How many chapters are there? Very good. Okay, so 335 chapters across 12 cantos. So we're starting from chapter 1, canto 1, chapter 1, verse 1. So like I said last week, what we're going to do is some very important verses. We're going to be reading the purport. I will read the purport and then discuss the important points. When there are few verses when there is narration, there's a story going on, etc., and maybe not I cannot say that not important points, but not very important points, I would say, which you can grasp by your own reading, which we will not be discussing. So wherever there are very important, significant points from a understanding perspective and also practical application perspective, right? Because Bhagavatam is for realization. Realization means we have to practically implement these things in our life and actually experience Krishna. We can experience Krishna only when we follow the path of the Acharyas. So what Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purports, if we can try and apply in our life, then we will realize Krishna. So that will be the format. So today the first few verses are very, very important in Bhagavatam. So we'll be reading the purports in detail. Okay. So I'll chant the verse, and anybody who has mobile or who knows the verse can recite. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmatya Asya Yatonvayat Itaratas Charteshu Abhigna Swarat Tene Brahma Hrida Ya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayaha Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Janmadyasya yatonvayaditarataschaarteshvabhigna swarat Janmadyasya yatonvayaditarataschaarteshvabhigna swarat Tene brahma hridaya adikave muhyanti yatsurayah Brahma hridaya adikave muhyanti yatsurayah Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yattat trisargo mrusha Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo Trisvargo mrusha Dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi Stakuhakam satyam param dhimahi Janmadyasya yatonvayaditarataschaarteshu abhigna swarat Anvayaditarataschaarteshu abhigna swarat Tene brahmaradaya adikave muhyanti yatsurayah Daya adikavai muhyanti yatsurayah Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha Trisargo mrisha Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Okay, anybody wants to chant? You can chant slowly also, no issues. Janmadyasya yatonvayaditarataschaarteshu abhigna swarat Tene brahmaradayadikavai muhyanti yatsurayah Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Anybody else wants to chant? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadyasya yatonvayad Itaratas Charteshva Abhigna Swarat Tene Brahmaradaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yatsurayah Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Mrisha. When there is a quote there, you have to continue from the previous word. Trisargo Mrisha. Tejo varimrutam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrusha. Yeah, go on next. Damna svena sada nirasta. Kohakam satyam param dhimahi. Okay, only the first and second verses are a bit long. After that, it's not so difficult. Any Matajis? Anybody wants to join? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmatyasya yato anvayaditaratas. Chartesha Vigna Swarat. Tene Brahmaradaya Dikavai. Muhyanti Yat Surayaha. Tejo Varimrutam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra. Trisargo Mrisha. Damna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Okay. Translation. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji, the original living entity. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Okay, so like I said last week, so Srimad Bhagavatam is for Paramahamsas. Who are Paramahamsas? Nirmatsaranam Satam. Paramahamsas are those who have completely dedicated their life to Krishna and who completely accept that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So here the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is glorifying Lord Krishna. Okay, because at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Ham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Masuchaha. So we have to surrender to Krishna. So if we have to surrender to Krishna, first we have to know who is Krishna. We have to know who is Krishna. So we start with Bhagavatam by trying to understand Krishna. I'm saying trying to understand Krishna because practically it is impossible to understand Krishna. We can understand Krishna to the extent of our purity and to the extent he reveals himself to us. Okay, so Krishna has to reveal himself to us. Nobody can say that I can understand Krishna. Brahma, actually after Brahma Vimohana Leela in the 10th canto, he tells saying that maybe others can claim that they know you, Krishna, but those who make such claim are only foolish because it is not possible to know you. Because Brahma, who is the creator of this universe, right? Secondary creator, engineer, he couldn't understand Krishna. He got bewildered. He thought, who is this person who has killed Aghasura? So he got confused. And then he said, let me test the power of this person. So he wanted to test the power of Krishna. And then very soon he understood that Krishna is achintya. Krishna is not understandable. And then Krishna does his Leela. He expands himself into all the boys, all the cows that Brahma had stolen. And nobody could make out a difference, whether they were those living entities or whether they were actually Krishna. So it is very, very difficult to understand Krishna. So as we discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, we will discuss various aspects about Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Prabhupada coined this word, supreme personality of Godhead. Because in India, we have this, we say gods. Gods. Who are gods? We think everybody is equal. Monday, people go to one god. Tuesday, another god. Wednesday, another god. But these are not, these are, we call them, so Prabhupada actually coined some very important terminology so that people can actually understand Tattva Vijnana. This is Bhagavat Tattva Vijnana. This is the science of Krishna. So to understand science of the Supreme Lord, he coined some words. So he called these gods as demigods. Demigods. Demi means what? Like not full. Not full. Somewhat like, they have some power which Krishna himself gives them. And how many demigods are there in this creation? 33 crore demigods. We have only 7 days in a week. And we have how many 100 years? So somebody any maths geeks here? 7 into 4 into 12 into 100. Even if we worship one demigod every day uniquely, which means that we will not go back to the same demigod temple again, still it will be what, 280, 300, about 3,000 demigods we can finish, maybe around that. 33 crore demigods. So Krishna says, don't worry about going to all these demigods. Just come to me. Because Krishna is Bhagavan. Krishna is Bhagavan. So Bhagavatam explains first the position of Bhagavan, Krishna. Then it explains, helps us understand how devotees how devotees worship Krishna. Okay, because we have to understand why are we reading Srimad Bhagavatam, so we can understand how to worship Krishna. How do we understand how to worship Krishna? Depending on how devotees worship Krishna. So Bhagavatam talks about Krishna, talks about devotees of Krishna. And when there is Krishna and devotees of Krishna, what will be their third topic? Bhagavan, Bhakta, and Bhakti. If suppose there are two businessmen, what will they talk? Business. So somebody said, what is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is discussion about karma, is about discussion about gnana. Is Bhagavad Gita discussion about karma? Is Bhagavad Gita discussion about gnana? Googly. Yes, also he'll catch. No, also he'll catch. So we'll just add one word, yoga. And we'll say it's not about karma or gnana. It's about karma yoga and gnana yoga, which means that it's all about bhakti. There is no other discussion because Arjuna is a devotee. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. What else discussion will happen between the two of them? It is bhakti. So that is why those who read Bhagavad Gita and don't become devotees, they have not read Bhagavad Gita. How many of us before coming to Krishna consciousness said, I have read Bhagavad Gita? So many of us had read Bhagavad Gita, no? Even today, book distribution, whoever goes for book distribution, that is the first thing people say. I have Bhagavad Gita. I've read Bhagavad Gita. But what happened after reading? Anything happened? No, nothing happened. Everything is fine. The first worry people is anything bad happened. No, we are not asking about anything bad happened. Anything super good happened. Did you change your life? Did you become a different person? If you didn't, then you didn't read Bhagavad Gita. All our lives change because of just reading Bhagavad Gita. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna doesn't talk much about himself. He talks in few chapters, but he says it's very little, very basic understanding of Krishna. So Bhagavatam helps us to build a better, deeper understanding about Krishna. And the first verse is glorifying Krishna's position. So it says, "Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna." Who is Krishna? Whose son is Krishna? Krishna doesn't have any father at all. What question are you asking? See, this is how we can understand Krishna. Krishna doesn't have any father, but still he has father. Achintya. This is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna, he told us that we cannot understand Krishna. Understanding Krishna is achintya, bheda, abheda. Achintya, first it is inconceivable. We cannot think of understanding Krishna. And sometimes Krishna says, I am everything. And then other times Krishna says, I am not there. I am all this material world, and I am not there. Right? He says, I am here, but I am not here. Right? He says, I am in the material world, but I am not in the material world. I don't live Vrindavan. So it is very difficult to understand Krishna. So, but here, Vyasadeva, who is presenting Srimad Bhagavatam, is first making very sure that all of us understand that Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, so that we don't go and tell, he's also Krishna, he's also Krishna, somebody else is also Krishna. No, his father's name is Vasudeva, and that is why we call him Vasudeva. So we started with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Vasudevaya. Bhagavate means Bhagavan. So we have calling, who is the name of Bhagavan? Bhagavan who? Vasudeva. Vasudevaya. Who is the son of Vasudeva? So we got his father's name. We got clear. So we can't get confused. We can't call somebody else Krishna. It has to be son of Vasudeva. Who is all pervading. What does all pervading mean? All pervading means he's everywhere. He's everywhere. So this we discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna enters each and every atom. Each and every atom he enters. Which means that there is nothing in this material world which is not Krishna. There is nothing in this material world which is not Krishna. Okay? We see that famous virus which didn't exist at all. Now it's become famous because now we have to close our mouth. But actually, Uttama Adhikaris, the great devotees, look at that virus and say Krishna. So once what happened, Srila Prabhupada was in Calcutta. And like, today, USSR, Ukraine bombing. So there was bombing happening at that point of time, right? And I don't know, I'm not very good in this history and all that. And so in Calcutta, there was some bombing. Who was doing bombing, Prabhu? Japan. Japan was doing bombing, okay? It doesn't matter, ABCD. Somebody was doing bombing. But it's also important. So then everybody came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, bombing ho raha hai. Chaliye, we'll go get some protection. There are some bunkers. Mataji, you want fan? Oh, there is no fan there. Sorry. It's fan here. So there are some protection, bunkers, something. Everybody said, Prabhupada, please come, please come. He was sadhu. He was in sadhu. He was known as a sadhu. Prabhupada, it was Prabhupada's prasadam time at that time. We had to honor prasadam. So Prabhupada said, that bomb is Krishna. If Krishna wants to kill me, he will take me. It is time for me to honor prasadam. Let me honor prasadam. Because he is a Uttamadhikari. He will not see anything as material. Because we've heard of this. Tena vina trinamapi na chalati. Tena vina. Without him, trinamapi. What is trinam? Grass. Grass on the road. Na chalati. It will not move. Not even a blade of grass will move. What about that coronavirus? But it takes us a lot of sadhana to come to that platform. to be able to see everything as Krishna. But here Krishna is saying, I am all pervading. There is no place which is not Krishna. When we look at anything and say not Krishna, that is called Maya. Maya means, in Kannada, Maya, Moha, illusion. Illusion. If it is not Krishna, then what is it? Where did it come from? Is there any other source apart from Krishna? No. So here the first, it says Janmadi Yasya Yato. He is the Janma Adi. He is the root of everything, source of everything. Whoever is the source of everything, he is source of spiritual world. He is also the source of material world. There is nothing which is not coming from him. If we think that something is not coming from him, it is just our illusion. So, Janmadhyasya yato anvayad itaratas-charteshu abhigna swarat. So here Prabhupada is translated it as, he is the primeval cause of all causes of creation, maintenance and destruction. Srishti Sthiti Laya. We know this in Kannada, local languages. Srishti Sthiti Laya. There's creation, there's maintenance, and there is destruction. He is the cause of all causes. What does that mean? So if I have to lift this phone, somebody can say, I am the cause of lifting this phone. Or even we can even say, my hand is the cause of lifting this phone. Then I am the cause of lifting this phone. But actually, we are not the independent causes. Cause of all causes, which means that if Krishna doesn't desire, then we cannot lift this phone. Once our Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, so he said in a class, said every day we sleep. Every day we get up in the morning. He said, see, every day we sleep and in the morning we get up and do our work. None of us will think tomorrow morning whether I'll be able to get up or not, right? We are all positive people. We think positively. So we don't think about whether we're going to get up tomorrow morning or not. So Maharaj was saying one day, so like this, he said, program got over, preaching got over, we slept. And then he said, in the morning, I couldn't lift my arm. It's called frozen shoulder. Frozen shoulder means you cannot move your arm. He said, I got up and then I just couldn't move my arm. So otherwise, what we think? I am moving my arm. Is it? Are we really moving our arm? Actually, as we read Shastra, we understand that actually each and every part of our body is controlled. Each and every part of our body is controlled. 33 crore demigods, can they miss any space of your body? There is no part of our body which is not under the control of demigods, and demigods are in the control of the Supreme Lord. So which means that every part of our body, sometimes, some part somewhere pains. We didn't even know that part existed, or, because demigods, they know, okay, this karma, this phala, okay, here it has to pain. It will pain. Did it tell when it is going to pain, when it will start, when it will end? So we are not independent. We are not independent. Krishna is the cause of all causes. Actually, when Srila Prabhupada was preaching in the West, this was the first thing he said, saying that we are not independent, because West was mad behind this independent. We are independent. We can do everything. We can go to the moon. We can do this. We can do that. Prabhupada said, you are not independent. Somebody's phone. You are not independent. Right? Because Krishna is the cause. Krishna is the ultimate cause. So when something happens in our life, first thing we should understand that it is first, who is the cause for this something happening? First, it is me only, right? Whatever we do, what is in Kannada? What does it say? Madi dunno Maharaya. Whoever understands Kannada. Whatever you do, so you reap. Whatever you do, so you reap. Based on हम जो भी करते हैं उसका फल भुगतना पड़ता है. Every language, this is there because this is the truth. So we did it. We did something. But then what we'll say? Prabhu, because of you. Mataji, because of you. But this whole creation itself is under the control of Krishna. So Krishna is so powerful. We cannot control one hand. Krishna is controlling this whole universe, and not just one universe. Millions of universes. Millions of universes. So he is the absolute truth, and he is the primeval cause of all causes of creation, sustenance, and destruction. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. Directly conscious and indirectly conscious. What does this mean? Indirectly conscious means, we will understand this as we progress in reading Srimad Bhagavatam. From Krishna, so many expansions come. Whoever we call Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, all of them are coming from Krishna. And they take care of all Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. So through him, through them, he is indirectly conscious. But he is also directly conscious because he is directly taking care of his devotees in this material world. What is Krishna's one work? Does Krishna have any work? Does he have work, or does he not have work? Okay, one day, somebody from West, they came to India. They were in the lookout of finding out who is the Supreme Lord. Who is the Supreme Lord? So in India, it's not very difficult. No, every road will have so many temples. So he was somewhere in North India, and he was going from one temple to another. He was seeing. After a few days, he said, okay, now I have concluded. Now I know who is the Supreme Lord. So then some devotees were there. Yeah, please tell who is the Supreme Lord. He said, Krishna. I said, why you are saying Krishna is the Supreme Lord? He said, see, I went to Durga Devi's temple. What is Durga Devi doing? Trishul, and then, she's leaving, her tongue is outside. She's doing some work. Something she's doing. She's protecting her devotees and destroying demons. We will hear that in Bhagavatam. Then, he goes to various demigods. Right? Each of them seem to be having something to do. Then he comes to Krishna. What is Krishna doing? Playing flute. What is this? No work. And then he is the Supreme Lord. It's very easy to understand, right? See, a proprietor of an organization, he doesn't come and have to do things. Yes, people take care of things. Krishna doesn't have anything to do, but he has one thing to do. Whenever we hear about Krishna, we always hear contradicting things. That is why it is Anchintya Beda Beda. He has nothing to do, but he has one thing to do, which is he loves his devotees. He wants to be with his devotees. He wants to enjoy with his devotees. That is his only work. He doesn't think about it as work, but we can call it some activity. What is his activity? Enjoying with his devotees. So Brahma Samhita, Brahma, so each of these things we'll understand slowly. Brahma Samhita, Brahma says, Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priya Sakhi. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusho Kalpataravo Truma Bhumis Chinta Mani Ganamahi Toyam Amrutam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priya Sakhi. So he's saying, what is life with Krishna? What is kind of life with Krishna? Katha, Ganam, Natyam. See, if we leave that small child, will she keep quiet for 1 minute? She will not. After some little, they're all very nice boys, they're sitting. You leave them outside, parents are here, so they are sitting. नहीं तो नहीं अच्छा लगता है सुनने के लिए अच्छा है. So generally you see children, how do they walk? Do they walk like us? Half of the time, one foot is not on the ground at all, right? As in, they're jumping. They're in their own world. Because they are actually happy. They're actually happy. वो सब भूल जाते हैं. As we grow, we forget all this happiness. Why? Now, if we also start jumping like that in the road, people will say, Nimhans is nearby. You can please go and get some treatment. But this is Vaikuntha. This is Krishna. Happy, jumping all the time. So Brahma is saying that with Krishna, if you walk, it is like dancing. If you speak, it is like singing. Every day is a festival. How many of us want to enjoy festivals every day? At least I want to enjoy. Oh, Prabhu. Everybody wants to enjoy festival, isn't it? So it is Nirantara festival, continuous festival with Krishna. So this is the beauty of Krishna. So he directly is also aware of this material world, but he's not very interested. He's not very interested. Bhagavad Gita, he says, Udasinavat. Udasinavat means Udasina. Kannada, anybody knows what is the meaning of Udasina? Indifferent. But it says Udasinavat. Vat means like. It looks like he's indifferent about this material world. If he's indifferent about this material, what will happen to us? So that is why it is Vat. Vat means he's like indifferent, which means that he's not worried about people who are not surrendered to him. Okay, for others, he has his gods, demigods. They'll take care of other people. But those who surrender to him, he personally takes care. All of us who are here, we've gone into the personal diary of Krishna. Krishna doesn't require a diary, but I'm just saying. So he's personally noted. Okay. Out of so many devotees in JP Nagar, so few people are here and wanting to hear glorification of Krishna. So he is conscious about everything. See, when we do something, we keep seeing here, there. Okay, can I do now? Nobody's seeing. In South India, in Karnataka, so there's I think Kanakadasa or Purandarasa, I keep getting confused, one of them, great saints. So their guru calls them, all their disciples, and gives banana and says, okay, let's see, you have to eat such that nobody sees. All great pandits, Shastra, they're chanting shlokas. Then next day, everybody comes in front of Guru, says, Guru Maharaj, I ate banana. You ate banana? Okay. Where did you eat? Guru Maharaj, actually there I went behind, all the houses. There were no houses there. And there's one tree. I hid behind the tree and I ate it. I saw here, there, nobody was there. Not even monkeys were there. I said, okay, very good. Then somebody said something else, like, I went to the forest, something. Then this, I should know their name. I get confused, Kanakadasa or Purandaradasa. So then, I think it's Kanakadasa. So then Guru calls Kanaka, yes, Kanakadasa. He says, he has banana in his hand. He still has banana. So Guru asks, you didn't eat? See, all these big pandits, they all went, ate and came. You didn't eat. Kanakadasa was considered as low born, right? He was from a low birth. So he was only engaged in menial services in the ashram, like cleaning and, because all those pandits are saying, no, he is auspicious, he's not untouchable. Let him be outside. So then he is so humbly, he's standing in front of Guru saying that, why you are calling me in front of all these big pandits? So he's saying, Guru Maharaj, I couldn't eat banana. Say, you couldn't eat? Why you couldn't eat, Kanaka? Yes. Where is the place where the Lord is not there? He's there everywhere. How can I hide from him? So then he says, see, this is a devotee. How much ever knowledge we might have, we will not understand this. Only a devotee can understand this. And the Lord is there everywhere. So he is conscious of everything that is happening, each and every feeling, thought. Okay, when we are on this topic, I'll just tell so that so there is something called as karma phala. Karma phala. What is karma phala? Phala which comes after doing a karma. Phala is fruit which comes after doing some karma. Karma is action. So there are three kinds of action. What are three kinds of action? Three kinds of action. Okay, that is one way of classifying. So we call it Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. Kaya means body. Vacha, words. Manasa, Kaya, somebody can see. Vacha, somebody can hear. Manasa, he's noting. Sadhu means inside, outside, clean. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, clean. That means that not even for a fraction of a second, he will have any bad thought about anybody, any living entity. Because by simply doing, even, of course, in Kali Yuga, we have like some special privilege that when we do some sin in the mind, we will not get punishment. Otherwise, just imagine what would have happened to Kali Yuga people. But in earlier Yugas, even thinking in the mind is resulted in sin. In Kali Yuga, very fallen. We are very fallen people. So there is some leeway. So by Manasa, we will not experience karma phala. We will not suffer. But when our problem is when things keep happening in the mind too many times, what will happen? It will manifest either in kaya or vacha. And it results in karma phala. And we suffer because of that. It's very important for us to be clean. I'm saying that because Lord sees everything. We cannot escape from the Lord. We cannot escape from the Lord. He is the independent. He is independent because there is no cause beyond him. He is independent. See, each and every word of this verse will take us like few days to understand, but it's very important because this is a mood of understanding Krishna. He's independent. Now, how many of us have read Mahabharata? Mahabharata, very nice. Some parts you would have read. So in Mahabharata, one very famous incident happens, right? Which is about killing who? Drona. How is Dronacharya killed? Actually, before the battle, what Yudhishthir Maharaj does is, all of them are his gurus. So what he does, he goes to everybody, takes blessings from them. Guru, you are on the opposite side. I have to fight you. Please forgive me. But you please tell me, how can I kill you? He is asking Guru because Guru only tells, only then disciple can know. And Drona says, till I hear something very disturbing, and I have to give up my weapons, only then you will be able to kill me. And then also he also says, till my son is alive, you can't kill me because I'm very attached to my son. So then the battle is going on. Dronacharya now takes charge and he's so powerful. He's just destroying the Pandava army. And Yudhishthir Maharaj is like gone. I think we are gone. Today, end of Mahabharata. Right? First few days only. Then Krishna tells Yudhishthir, you have to lie. He says, what should I lie? Lie? We should say Ashwattama Kunjaraha Hataha. Ashwattama is the name of an elephant, also name of Drona's son. Kunjaraha in Sanskrit means elephant. Hataha means killed. So you should say, of course, they were not talking in English like we are doing. They're talking in Sanskrit. Ashwattama Kunjaraha Taha. First he says Ashwattama Hataha, then he says you say Kunjaraha, and then when Kunjaraha is said, something happens. Like intermission, ting, something happens. So basically when he says Kunjara, then there's one conch shell which is blown. But Yudhishthir in the beginning said, I am not going to say any lie. I'm not going to say any lie. I have not said a lie for my whole life. I am personification of Dharma, upholder of Dharma. I will not say any lie. Then Krishna is asking Yudhishthir Maharaj to tell lie. This is good. True. Not good, no? Telling lie. Okay, how many of us say telling lie is good, not good? You can lift a good. Who says telling lie is good? According to situation. Which means that मेरे हिसाब से चलूंगा. मुझे जब अच्छा लगता है मैं सच कहूंगा, नहीं तो कल्टी. So is it good or bad? Is telling lie good or bad? Hey Baba, you have to be this side or that side. No 50-50. Huh? So Mataji gave one answer. She said situational. I will decide. What about others? Krishna service. Okay, before we come to Krishna service, bad. Is bad. Huh? Anybody here who says telling lie is good? I'm the only one. Okay, I'll tell you one story. You tell whether it is good or bad. Okay. So there was one Brahmana. This Brahmana had taken this vow. I am not going to lie. Because all devotees said lying is not good. So he said, I'm not going to lie. All my life, I'm going to be truthful. Okay, good. So one day what happened? There's one merchant. One merchant is carrying a lot of money. Business people will know. We don't know. We don't carry money. Yeah, people, like he was carrying a lot of money and gold and this and that and all that. And he was coming and running. He was coming running. So this Brahmana who had taken this vow to not tell a lie, his house was in the outskirts, like outside the village, near the forest. So this businessman is coming running, and he comes and he sees Brahmana. He is very happy. Oh, Brahmana, he will help me. He says, sir, these dacoits are coming behind me. Please tell me where I can hide. Brahmana says, okay, go. And there behind those bushes, you go and hide. Nobody will come there. Go. Merchant is very happy. He runs, takes all his positions, goes and hides there. Then these dacoits come. पीछे आके वो ब्राह्मणा ये तो सच बोलेगा. ब्राह्मण जी कहाँ गया ये? Where is this merchant? He says, I had taken a vow not to say lie. नहीं तो गया. So what he says? पेड़ के पीछे. So then what do the dacoits go and then Brahmana dies. Brahmana dies. Please switch off your phones. Whoever phone is ringing. So Brahmana dies. And after dying, where does he go? Hare. Brahmana didn't want to tell a lie because he wanted to go to Swarga. But where he ended up? He opens his eyes. Yamaraj, wrong address. I was not supposed to come here. I was supposed to go up. I came down. He says, what happened? What did I do? Why did you bring me here? Yamaraj said, you don't know. You know all Shastra. Because of you, one innocent person was killed. That karma has come to you. Please come. So we'll still say lie, not lie. Mataji, 50-50. So see, dharma is like this. So Krishna is telling Yudhishthira, saying that you should lie. So is this dharma or adharma? Why it is dharma? Why? If Lord says, so I will. So I say, suppose somebody comes and some, local, some corporate or somebody comes and says, okay, now just, steal from neighbor. He's authority. He's a big man. Will we just simply listen to him? Then why are we listening to Krishna? Why we are listening to Krishna? Arey, you should have an answer, Baba. We are a scientific organization. ISKCON is not sentimental. Isn't it? Everything we need tattva. We need reason, logic. Why? Why we have to accept? He is our creator. Okay. So whoever built this building, owner, he is the creator of this. Arey, aisa hai? Chalo, we'll go to the court. I have documents. It says this is in my name. No, but now, as of now, I am the owner. If I ask you to go out of the home, you have to go, no? You can't say, no, you are not the owner. Lord Krishna is the owner. He says, you signed the agreement here. See, when you're in the material world, we have to respect the systems in the material world. See, Krishna established dharma for what? What is dharma? Dharma is rules of conduct. Rules of conduct. What does it say? It says that for people to live properly in a society, these are good things, these are bad things. Who has given that? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Dharma is given by Krishna. Krishna has given dharma. So, for example, let's understand. So, there's a king or minister. In every city, there is a jail. So, suppose the king went to the jail. Will he also be put behind bars? Will he also have to wear uniform? Will he also eat the same food that is being given to all the prisoners? Why? Because he created the rules. And he has not done anything wrong. So Krishna gave this for people like us who break rules. He makes rules. So dharma is for us to follow so that we follow the right path, so that we don't do wrong things. And why? Because otherwise we end up in hell. But somebody who has himself written the rules, he's changing the rule for a higher reason. See, in dharma, there is always a consideration of higher reason. So this not telling a lie is a good dharma, but that is not as good as protecting the life of an innocent person. So in dharma, there are levels. So that is why we say Parama Dharma. Parama Dharma means topmost dharma. So when Krishna comes, he comes and gives us topmost dharma. When all the lower level dharmas can be overridden. So he is independent. He creates the rules. He can also change the rules. We cannot tell Krishna saying that Krishna, sorry, you cannot change these rules. Arey Baba, I only created the rules. I can change. So Krishna is independent. Krishna is not under the control of anybody. That is why when Krishna says Sarvadharman Parityajya, Krishna is saying, I will take care of you. Don't doubt, don't worry. That means done. It's not like our word. We give some word, we don't stick to it. No, Krishna's words are not like that. Krishna is saying, you surrender to me, I will take care of you. Krishna will take care. Because he is independent. He's independent. Nobody can control him. He controls everybody. Any day, so some days we get up. What time do we get up generally in the morning? It's an interesting question. कितने बजे उठते हैं? What is this? Some answers. You can start with 3:30, 4 o'clock. 4. थोड़ा आगे जाएंगे. 4, 5, 5:30. और थोड़ा 7. Art will stop like that. So one day we'll say Sunday. Full day इसी काम क्या Sunday एक दिन 7 बजे 8 बजे चलता है. माता जी यानी खाना पकाना है तो उनको उठना है. पति देव जो है सोते रहते हैं, है ना? माता जी हंस रहे हैं. Suppose sun decides to do this, sun, sun. Tomorrow morning, sorry, थोड़ा 7:30 होगा क्या? So this whole world, whole Brahmanda, everything is running as per rules and regulations. We are the only people who don't follow rules. Human beings. Even animals have to follow. Animals don't have an option to break rules. Only human beings break, and especially on Earth. Because even in higher planets, there are human beings, they don't break rules. So, sun cannot simply say, tomorrow I'm going to just thoda rest le raha hu, extra rest. No. Because they are under the control of Krishna. They have to run as per his instructions. Suppose say there is a temple, and this is a temple. If Murari Prabhu says Mangalarti is at 5 o'clock, every day Mangalarti is at 5 o'clock, isn't it? Suppose Pujari says, "Bahut takya. Swami, God, Lord, today, thoda half an hour, you also sleep more." Is it possible? Will the temple open half an hour late? Everything has to go as per the Lord's desire, not our desire. Because we were trying to live as per our desire, we are here and suffering. And if we follow Lord's desire, then we'll go back. Lord is independent, we are not independent. Okay, so I'll stop here. We have just 5 lines of the verse we have covered. So it's a very important verse. We see, like I said, don't think that whole of Bhagavatam will be going so slow. Bhagavatam is amazing. Okay, we will go through, we'll learn a lot. There are so many things in Bhagavatam. But first we have to understand Krishna. If you don't understand Krishna, then as we go forward and say, oh, Mahavishnu is there, from his pores, universes are coming, then we'll think, hey, ye sab chodo goli maro, ये some entertainment movie है. हम बाहर देखते हैं कुछ क्या serial, कुछ अच्छा serial आ रहा है? Any good serial? I don't know. Some movie, some serial. No, because this looks like we cannot understand many of these things, but this is all reality. That is why we come to Bhagavatam. To understand reality, we come to Bhagavatam. So we should understand Krishna's position. Then when he's showing his so much of, strength and potency and everything, we can understand some bit of it, saying that, oh, okay, he's independent, he can do, he's all powerful. We can understand a little bit of about Krishna. And that is why Vyasadeva starts off with this long verse. Bhagavatam doesn't have so many long verses, very few. It's one of the longest and the deepest verse, first verse of Bhagavatam. So the first verse will take some time, possibly 1 or 2 more sessions. And the second verse also, because it talks about dharmic people. We all believe that we are dharmic people, isn't it? Googly nahi hai. Dharmic, yes, we are all dharmic people. Okay, but it tells what is the behavior of dharmic people in this world. Why do they do dharma? Very interesting second verse. Third verse glorifies Bhagavatam. Why we should read Bhagavatam? Then story starts. Then movement starts. So till then, so we should soak in all this, and this is all for purification. See, we are not here to become scholars. We are here to become purified. And every word we hear about Krishna, we purify. We become purified. Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 3 types of participants in Srimad Bhagavatam: speaker, hearer, and then there is third, inquirer, one who asks questions. So, fortunately, you can also comment it here. You think about it. Okay, speaker gets the maximum benefit. Why speaker gets the maximum benefit? I can't switch off my mind when I am giving class. No, I can't think about kya hoga, prasadam kya hai. I have to focus on what I'm doing, right? So I will get the maximum benefit. So whoever speaks gets the maximum benefit. Second, who gets second most benefit? Inquirer. Why? वो भी जागा है. He is also active and he is thinking and he's thinking, oh, ये तो कुछ बोल रहे हैं, something they are saying, ये चल रहा है कुछ. Then he'll ask some question. So he gets second benefit. And third is hearers. Everybody, even the insect, if there is anything here, gets benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam. So everybody gets benefit. So there is no doubt. This is not a wasted time for anybody. Everybody gets benefit. Please go and tell all your friends and relatives. You'll get maximum benefit. Come to Bhagavatam class. So if you want more benefit, then you can ask some questions. Okay. So with that, I'll close here and see how many of you want to take more benefit. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Okay. Anybody has any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Even the blade of grass is the control of Krishna. Yes. Correct. Good question. So Prabhu wants to get classified in the second category and get more benefit. So Prabhu is asking, saying that if everything is under the control of Krishna, then why bother? Isn't it? Resign kar denge. Nothing in my hand. Why should I do? So this is a beautiful question. If I answer this, prasadam time will go. Whether you want answer or prasadam. Okay. All of them, all are enthusiastic. So it says, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunam cha Samanyam etat Pashubi Naranam Dharmo itesham adhiko vishesho Dharmena hina Pashubi Samanam. Actually, it is true, because till we come to human form of life, we are in auto mode. Anybody, if you have a car which is automatic, you have auto mode and you have manual mode. Till somebody comes to human form of life, there are 84 lakh species. Till we come to human form of life, our life is on auto mode. Auto mode means like this: the Lord desires, Trina will move. Okay. If this organism has to move from this to next, he will move, because that is decided by the Lord. He cannot say no. Bahut ho gaya. Bahut bhok diya. Bhok, kya would you say for parking? Bhok liya or whatever. Dog cannot say, अरे बहुत हो गया, मैं अभी जाके घर के अंदर बैठता हूँ, घर में जो भी है I'll send him outside. No option nahi hai. No option. He has to continue barking for the rest of his life till he gives up that animal body. What about human beings? So this verse is saying, Dharmena hina pashubi samana. So if human beings also don't use their, human beings have what is called as little independence. Very little. If human beings don't use their little independence, then they're non-different from any of the lower species. So Krishna has given us this independence, and he's telling us, like, child, suppose we grown up children, they'll say, mujhe kuch kharidna hai. Then he'll say, okay, 10 rupees, I'm giving you 10 rupees. You want to buy this, it costs 5 rupees, get me 5 rupees back. Instructions, we give instructions to children. So the Lord gave human beings this freedom, and he said, please use it properly. Please use this properly. If you misuse it, I will take it away. I'm giving you a privilege. Giving 10 rupees to that child is a privilege. It won't get that money every time. So if we don't use that freedom properly, then we can be among the lower species where we have absolutely no control over anything. Here we have that little freedom. How do we use this freedom? Is the secret of how to live human life. The secret of how to live human life is to understand how to use this freedom. Simple example, Sunday evening, I came from Vijayanagar, which is not very far. If in the morning, if I come, I take less than 25 minutes from my home. Evening, it took me 45 minutes. Why? Traffic. What are people doing? ऐश कर रहे हैं. Going to pubs, especially this road is very famous, I think. Like a lot of drinking joints, eating joints, shopping. They didn't come here. All of us came through the same traffic, but we came here. So we used our free will. Here our Prabhu and Mataji came from Whitefield. How many? 1.5 gante, 1.5 gante. 1.5 hours. They're using their free will. They could have said, Tumba Dura, very far off. Sunday, let's take some rest. See, this is the freedom that is available for us as human beings. Either we use it properly, then we will not be. Krishna has given that freedom. Whether tumko left jana hai ya right jana hai, that much you can decide. He's given that freedom to us. But most people actually, they don't think left or right. They say, aise hi jana hai, and this is what is good for me, right? So the answer to the question is that if there was no opportunity at all, then we wouldn't have endeavored. There is opportunity. There is opportunity. We can endeavor and we can get out of this jail. By the way, ये jail है. Everybody knows ना. अरे यूनिफॉर्म ही दिया नहीं है. No uniform, no bars, no counting bars. You can eat your own food. You can eat on your own plate. What kind of jail? This is Lord's beautiful creation. We are in the jail, but we cannot understand this is jail. This is beauty of Lord's creation. So please understand, this is a jail. It is called Durga. That is why there is Durga Devi. Durga means what? Hindi? Fort. Durga. So this is Durga Devi because she is protecting the fort. But our goal is to get out of this fort. And like any other normal jail, we can't escape. We can't simply escape. We have to take the proper path. That is the free will. If that free will is not used, then again we'll come back to that grass. Again, somebody will kick. We'll go from one place to another. Janma mrityu, jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. So Bhagavad Gita says that we have to understand that this is not happy. It's not happy to be a dog. It's not happy to be, a cat or some animal or some bird. It's good to come to human life because even demigods want to come and take human birth. So it's good to become humans, but we have to use our free will properly. Okay? Is that okay? Okay. Enough. One question too much. Then prasadam will get even late. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktabandha ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, online devotees, thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna.